Hi, everybody. My name is Mike Menard, and I'm going to be your teacher for the next 3 weeks. And is it going to be a very full, very packed 3 weeks? We're going to see if we can traverse over about 3,000 years of literary and mythic history in only 3 weeks. So if we feel a little tired, a little dizzy at the end, well, I think that's to be expected. And we'll never really get deep into any of the works that we're going to be looking at. It's going to be like going through the potluck line the first time, where you just get a little bit of everything. And then maybe later on, you'll go back for seconds for something that you really enjoy. But I'm hoping that there will be a number of things that you enjoy. But let me just kind of get you situated a little bit of how we're going to do this. The class will be done entirely asynchronously, which is just a very fancy word to mean it's all pre-recorded, which is kind of nice because that means you can do the entire class, all of the lectures, all of the assignments on your own time. So whatever your best time is, if you work best from 1 to 4 in the morning, well, then I recommend you do the work from 1 to 4 in the morning. If you work best from noon to 5, well, then you can work that. But the most important thing is that I will post the entire week's worth of lectures, discussions, and assignments on the Sunday before each week. And you have an entire week, you actually have to the end of the next Sunday to get all of those assignments done. And it's very important that you not wait to the last minute, because if you do that, it's really hard to get them done and do them well, and you're not really going to get the most out of this class. So what I would recommend is put together a few hours every single day to just work on this class. And some days it might be more than others, but I'm guessing it's going to take you 2 to 3 hours every day. So I'm going to assume you're going to go through the lectures. I am sorry that in almost all of the lectures you're going to see me, but I'm hoping that I've made it interesting enough to be worth your time. Anyway, I'm going to share my screen here for a moment and talk a little bit about what it should look like for you when you're working on this class. Of course, we're using Canvas. Most of you have gotten a little sample of it. And this is ancient Western literature. You can see where we are because you can see this is actually a character named Enkidu from the oldest known literary work. And this is Shamat the Temple Girl. They're kissing. Well, that's a good way to know you're in the right class. When you click on it, you'll come here to the course. Now here you'll find your course syllabus and any necessary information that you might need. But then here comes week 1. And I've tried to organize it as best I can. So you have session 1. And when you click on session 1, it'll look something like this. It'll have a video for you to watch, and then it'll have a question for you to answer. In this one, there are actually 2 videos. For some reason, the second video isn't popping up, but you can click on the link. It'll ask you a thought question, of which you'll just answer right on Canvas. Then after you've done that, you would go back and you could then work on what I think is one of the most important parts. You're going to go back to the group discussion number 1, or discussion thread is what I later called it, where you get a chance to answer a question, but also respond to your fellow students. So they will be responding to the same question. And what I'm asking is for everybody to answer the question I posed and respond at least once to another student and start a kind of discussion. And so it's a little bit of like social media, and I'm hoping we get some good discussions. In my way of looking at it, the lectures and the homework are really like the homework. But then the discussion is actually class time, because I'll also be inserting myself in the discussion. And also Caitlin Toy, who's my faculty assistant, will also be inserting herself in the discussion. So if you see Caitlin Toy, Toay, you'll get a chance to know that that is the faculty assistant of the class responding. And I have a video that's just introducing her to the class, and you can watch that. We're going to have a great time, and I encourage you to go through the syllabus, but really that's the entire class. You just come to Canvas every day, and you just slowly work through the week's assignments. If you get to the end of the week and you're all done, well, then you just have to wait till the next Sunday when the next week's worth of assignments pop up, and then the next week's. Only 3 weeks. We can do this. I'm very excited to have you as a part of this and have you on the journey. It's going to be such a journey, and we're going to be really learning some things together. I'm going to be learning from you. I hope you'll learn from me. And we're going to read some of the best works of literature ever. The first thing I'm asking you to read is the Epic of Gilgamesh, which is actually in your syllabus. I have a bunch of handouts that you can find much of what I'm going to be talking about in the syllabus, but you'll find that there is a piece about the monomyth that I'm asking you to read this week. And I'm asking you to read the Epic of Gilgamesh, a 4,000-year-old poem, 700 years older at least than Genesis. And yet many people have noticed it has a lot in common with Genesis. And I think you're going to enjoy it. So let's get started. Let's have a good time together. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to email me at mike.menard@ucollege, the letter U, college.edu. And we're going to have just a great time. Hey, thank you.